Okay, everybody, this is Sean Daly from Atmosphere. I don't know if I'm loud enough, I hope I am. I would like to do an interview with you, a little impromptu thing. These are questions that we asked everyone that has been waiting outside to come in, what they would like to know from you, okay? Okay? Are you ready? Stop.
He's not, he's playing dumb.
Looking like
Okay,
what?
you're like...
I'm not good at this.
Okay. First question then. Okay. What led you to start using a band in the last few months?
Desperation! Oh, no worries.
I mean, I'm just wondering, do you think it was more personal?
It was very
like,
personal, yeah.
Okay.
I needed to scare the shit out of myself. It become far too...
Like programmed, what do you think? Like you fell into a rut and like each time you go short distance. I'm sorry.
Do you want to answer the question?
No, those are my hypotheses.
Okay, I became way too comfortable in what I was doing, too complacent. I realized I had the ability to drink like 37 beers and still get on stage and do what I do, which means that like what I'm doing is too simple for me. So I just wanted to scare myself again.
It sounds like you wanted to challenge yourself though too.
I don't know if challenge is the correct word, because I feel challenged all the time. I think more so I literally wanted to remember what it was like to be really scared to go out there in front of people.
And know that a band can fuck up or
I could fuck up. Or know that I'm also doing things that I wouldn't normally do with a DJ, like actually trying to hold notes and pseudo sing and whatnot.
Well, what happened the first night that you went out? What did you feel?
I was scared shitless.
Did you feel like exalted? Like acceleration? Just like...
Exalted?
Well, you know...
I always feel exalted.
Well, more than usual.
I don't even know what that word really means.
It sounds good.
It does sound good. It was definitely exhilarating. It was nerve-wracking, you know. I kept myself sober for a lot of shows because of how nerve-wracking it was.
And then after the show, then you would not be sober? Or just...
Oh no, but at the end of the show, you're so drunk on adrenaline that, like, alcohol doesn't really do anything for you. You know, like, I've never been able to really party after a show because I'm so
drained.
Drained, you know, emotionally exhausted that I've never really been one to kick in the party afterwards.
Okay, I think that's good. Okay, next question. Are you recording your new album with a DJ or a band?
I recorded the new album, it's done. I recorded it with Ant, and we did it the same way that we always do. It's all samples and me screaming.
So why did you do it that way? Just
because that's still what I do.
The way that you want is
that's still the way I do it. Not only that, but I've never really been a big fan of rap recordings with live bands. Aside from the Roots, I don't really think anybody has actually been able to pull off the vibe. You know, there's a great vibe for a live show with a live band and a rapper, but as far as in the studio, there's, you know, nobody's figured out how to make that bass line, you know, fuzz out the way that it does when it's a sample. Nobody knows how to make the low end feel right when it is samples.
And you want the CD that people are going to listen to that song over and over again to be that perfect vision that you have.
I want the CD that I gotta fucking listen to over and over again to be that vision.
Gotcha.
It's like, I am doing the band thing as a means to, like, I guess, you know, inspire myself to, like, figure out my live presence.
Okay, I have a question. So do you listen to your own CDs a lot?
Not after they come out.
Okay.
But like prior.
The whole time that you're recording them, you listen to them all the time, like if you're driving
oh
or
my
something.
God, I've been listening to this new record pretty much 4 times a day since mid-November.
I wouldn't find something wrong in everything.
Yeah, that's the point.
When you actually find the finished record, do you feel like it's perfect?
No.
Ever?
No.
So how do you know when you're not?
You hit like a certain place inside of yourself emotionally where you're just like, I give up. There's nothing else I can teach this child. Go out on your own now, kind of a thing, you know.
So then you can start working on your next one.
Pretty much, I've already started working on the next child.
Jesus Christ, I need to take a break.
I like making
You need to take a break.
Why?
Because otherwise you would fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, just every once in a while, even like, you know.
I take temporary breaks.
Okay. Otherwise, I think you'll die at a very young age.
I'm already old.
Old soul? Or just feel
old.
really old?
I'm old. Traveling ages. And I've done so much traveling in the last last 8 years that I've easily taken off probably 8 years off the back end.
Maybe each time you travel, you become a different person a little bit. So maybe in a sense, you'll keep getting more energy and more likely to be older.
God, I hope not.
Okay, we're gonna get off the tangent there. Okay, next one. Here's the
Yeah. Which
When does
one?
it come out? The new one that's coming out.
Comes out in September. September 13th.
Oh,
Whoa!
everyone's got to get that.
Ah, down.
Jesus, you have to-
Sorry.
Okay, another question, because I know that you have to get ready to do your thing and it's getting later here. Success. In general, how does your success feel to you? I mean, obviously, since when you started, people are now wanting to listen to you more, you're doing a lot better for yourself. How does that feel?
I'm not impressed.
Why? Because you feel like you could be better?
I can do more.
But every person could always do better.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, so what can't you at least look back at some things and be like, I fucking have done an awesome job. Maybe I could have done things better, but compared to some people that gave up after the first, like,
Yeah, but see, I don't
year or
base my
whatever.
success comparing myself to other people. You know what I mean? It's like,
A good drive that's like inside you, kind of.
I'm assuming that it will just be a feeling that comes to me eventually. And when it comes, I'll know it. And until it comes, I'm not really too worried.
Wait, until what feeling comes from know
Feeling
what?
that I succeeded is,
What if it's in your personality that you're never going to feel like you succeed? And
Then
then
I
you
guess
have to
that's my
drive
walk.
to keep going
then I guess
stronger
that's
and
how
stronger.
it is for me. That's just,
Okay.
you know.
No, I think that's good. I was just kind of wondering, are the
You
people out there
don't like
just
my
wondering?
answers.
Well, I'm just trying to get more out
I've
of you.
been rehearsing these answers all day.
No question.
I know all the questions.
No.
I've been asked every one of these
No,
questions.
I'm sure you have,
There's-
but each time you answer, it's going to be different. And this one's going to be, on Word Warriors.
Where
Press.
did you find her? She thinks she knows what she's doing.
I think so. I don't really know. So.
I think you're really cute.
Okay, going on to the next question.
I always did.
Anyway, how much longer do you think you'll be in this is what's on the paper, the hip-hop game?
Forever.
Why? Because those are your roots?
Well, it's just because, I mean, A, that, but also because I love this job. And not only that, but through this job, I've been trained in so many other facets that are still connected to hip-hop and to music that when I stop rapping,
You would still find something.
I will find a way to...
What other things do you think you would find? What other things are into the music and hip-hop that you feel like you are involved
at
in
this
right
point,
now?
I'm totally pretty much head A&R at Rhyme Sayers. Like I would say, a good number of the acts that we've built have come in through me and Sadiq. And, it's like I can totally do that and not have to rap to do that.
But then you would probably feel dead. You probably need to get some shit out.
I was self-managed for so long that I can totally manage a rap at this point. I can totally
Yeah,
tour
but I don't
manage
think
a
you can
band.
handle that now if you have a lot of extra stress.
Well, that's because I'm rapping. I'm saying if I decide to stop
Oh,
rapping,
okay.
I could still figure out a way to play a role to be an influence on what I consider to be good music getting out, even if it's not my music.
Okay. That makes sense. I need clarification for the audience here.
She hates me.
I don't hate you. Why would I hate you?
Why does anybody? There's no reason for anybody to. It's
I don't
okay.
hate anyone.
I'm accustomed
I don't
to
hate
it.
anyone.
I'm used to it.
Anyway. I also hear a very bizarre rumor. Yeah. That there's this crazy press that we mentioned earlier, and that you might be writing a book.
Might be.
Well, what the fuck is up with that?
Obviously I didn't have enough on my plate, so I made even more promises to people.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
great. That's kind of a great habit to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really good at that.
Yeah. Might be hard to take those breaks that we were talking about earlier.
You know?
Yeah. Well, first of all, okay, so second of all, what made you decide to write a book? Like, what made you be like, you know what, this idea sounds great, I'm going to add it to my plate, I think this is important. Why?
Because I figure there's a small army of kids out there that'll pretty much follow and pick up and check out any damn thing I do. I might as well take advantage of that and give them
Tell them something
much
good shit to say?
or whatever. Just, I guess if there's something about me that people find intriguing enough that they want to listen to or watch, there's got to be room for read as well.
Well, yeah, and your lyrics are phenomenal, and you have a lot of insight, I think.
Spell phenomenal.
No, I don't spell phenomenal. Okay, so, then are you just gonna kind of go about like telling stories about your life in this book, or just like a bunch of bullshit like like Henry Rollins and just go off on weird tangents and that's what the
Actually, I'm writing a book about Henry Rollins.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm switching this.
It's all fake.
I'm done getting the answers
stories.
out of you.
I'm telling Henry Rollins stories that I totally make up. They're not even true stories, but he is the main character.
I think you probably make up a bunch of shit like every day.
In my book, and he makes his face a lot.
Well, that's what he does.
I'm pissed and aggro.
I don't think people are gonna like the book very much if that's what he does.
I never thought they'd like it to begin with. I'm just capitalizing on the fact that my name has something right now. That's all. Do you want to make out?
Two more questions, okay?
Those.
What is your favorite hip-hop album of the West or the East Coast?
Why'd you separate the coasts?
I don't know, it's on you. I'm supposed to read these questions for the interview.
My favorite hip-hop album, Forever Time, Always. I don't know if I have really one favorite. I guess I'm really fond of...
Okay, give me like...
I guess I'm really fond of an album by a band called Boogie Down Productions called Ghetto Music, The Blueprints of Hip Hop. And I'm also really fond of another one of the same group's albums, Boogie Down Productions, and that one is called Sex and Violence.
And you know how many people right now are going to be going online and finding all this stuff? Oh.
And I'm also a really big fan of an album by a group called Brand Nubian called One For All. And I'm also a really big fan of an album by Del Funky Homo Sapien called No Need For Alarm. And I'm also really fond of an album by Ice Cube called Death Certificate. And I'm also really fond of a record by Tribe Called Quest called The Low End Theory. Do you want to make up?
No. You're the answer. Next question, because I think we could go off for like 10 million years on that one. Which is good. This is good. Everyone here. Okay, first of all, do you like telling people what you listen to because you want them to get influenced by the same people?
Pearl Jam! At home, drawing pictures of mountaintops. Where's heron top? Lemon yellow sun, arms raised in a V. Get lay in pools of moon blue. Daddy didn't give attention, whoa, to the fact that mommy didn't care. King Jeremy, wicked. Why do you leaning in because you want to make out?
No, I don't need you though. But I was saying that to try to get your attention. Because obviously you need help being guided in the right direction.
This world, Jeremy spoken. Clear.
I think everyone already knows the words to the song.
Whoa, spoken.
This is bringing me back to some weird memories.
Clearly I remember picking on the boy, seeing the harmless little fuck.
Okay.
We released lion, gnashed his teeth and bit the recess lady's breast. How can I forget? And he hit his surprise laugh. Jaw left hurting, dropped wide open. Like a day.
I thought you were going to be
Oh,
done.
like this. Sorry.
He's a stubborn son of a bitch.
Got it! Give attention.
Thank you.
Oh, why did you hit me?
That's not.
What kind of feminist would hit me?
Yep. Okay, last question. Can I ask one more question?
Yeah,
Because,
I guess.
is that okay?
It's your
Do you
boat.
wanna break
It's your boat. Drive
Do you
it.
want to break out into a song again?
It's your plane.
It's not my plane.
Fly it.
It's her plane.
Go!
What is in your CD player right now? I know this is we already sort of talking about music, but
Okay,
right now.
there's
Yes.
a record by a group called Boom Bap Project, and there's another record called like the Spaghetti Western Incident or some shit like that. I can't remember what the name of it is called. Local guy made a record called Spaghetti Western something. And then there's a anthology by a woman named Betty Davis that I strongly suggest everybody get. It's the best record I've bought in like 3 or 4 months. It's Betty Davis on Miles Davis's ex-wife. She was making funk R&B that was overtly over-the-top sexual. Not only that, but there were a lot of people speculate that she was pretty much a professional groupie until she married Miles and, you know, hung out with the Hendrixes and all these people and trying to get her music out the whole time. So it's really interesting to see like a woman who not only got around through the industry but used it to try and break into the industry because that kind of seems like such a stereotypical thing. I mean, even in my situation, I meet women who are overtly friendly, and then you find out later that they rap. And it's a really interesting way to go about it, especially when you hear it and realize how incredible this woman actually was. Like, she's got an amazing voice, and her writing is so to the point and raw, but yet...
Did you just find this out?
Somebody made me a mixed CD a couple of months ago that had one of her songs on it, and so...
You're so fascinated.
I had to find out who it was that sang it, and then I tracked down some of her vinyl, and then just recently somebody reissued like the greatest hits of hers, or some kind of anthology of hers, so I bought it, and I'm very happy about it, and I'm going to play it every time I have sex for at least the next year.
Don't think it makes it cool?
No, because I only have sex like 3 or 4 times a year.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. Well, one other question. So, all the new music that you listen to, how do you find new things? Or like, do you get a lot of mixed CDs from people, and then hear of something that kind of triggers you? It's like, I want to find out more about this. Because obviously, you need to find more obscure artists.
I spend a lot of time. I spend a lot of time in record stores and
then just buying shit.
Yeah.
Like, looking at it and being like, I have no idea what the fuck
I
this
have
is.
no idea what the fuck it is, but the artwork looks cool. I'm gonna buy it, and then I've discovered
You
shit.
must have a lot of stupid shit.
I do have a lot of stupid shit, but also I've got a lot of friends that do the same thing. And so when I do find something good, I go, hey, you gotta check this out, and then they'll check me out, and so on and so forth.
That's the best way. I think word of mouth is by far the best way to get any good thing across.
I've made a very, very, very strong stance against finding out about new music on the internet from other people because there's just too much there. And not only that, but when somebody that you don't even know is saying, this is a great album, you should listen to it, it's missing out on part of what I find to be important in the music culture, and that is sharing things with people that know you, who are like-minded or who know what you care about. I think anonymous music it's too hard to decide what's good or what's not, because a good friend of mine can be like, you have to listen to this band, and it can be horrible, but because it came from her telling me, I will totally like it and be like, oh, this is great. Whereas, somebody anonymously can tell me about something that's actually incredible, and I will listen to it and be like, I don't care.
Well, that's what's funny, because I, especially like memories and stuff, like maybe I'll hear one song and be like, that wasn't that good, but I'll have a great experience while listening to it. And then later on, that song or the whole CD, I'll end up falling in love with, just because I have a good association with that. Do you think that happens a lot in music? Or do you think...
I think, since the tape is rolling, I want you, for the record, to tell us why you have metal sticking out of your breasts.
Because I was really bored, and it was a spur-of-the-moment decision, and I wanted to do something beautiful and painful, and it was a great moment.
You totally could have painted a picture and did the same exact thing.
I know. I can paint a picture too, but I just wasn't feeling. I was feeling like I wanted to put myself in a position where someone else would have to, like give myself up almost, and just sit there and be like, okay, I put myself in a potential negative situation, but I have to deal with it now. And I did, and it was, you get a rush of this very great feeling. I felt completely at peace the entire rest of the day. And then I was like, why the fuck did I do this? And because I just sort of screwed along with it, and now I still have them. And now I'm going to take them out. But just not right this second. People don't know why they do things sometimes. They just do. I'm sure you've done a lot of stupid shit in your life, and you're like, that sounded like a good idea at the time. I mean, I see even this right here. You have a little hole right there.
Yeah.
That was from something. I got a little old hole.
Yeah, but that's not my breast.
Are you saying because it comes in beauty and now there's scars?
Absolutely not. I'm saying now, essentially, if you ever decide to have a child and breastfeed the child, okay, this child, male or female's concept of the breast is going to have these two vampire scars on either side.
I'm tattooing
and then
over
at some
that.
point, when the kid is like 32,
they're going to freak out.
They're
not going to remember that. They're not going to remember that.
I totally remember my mom's boobs.
I don't remember my mom's boobs.
I remember your mom's boobs.
That's gross.
So.
Either way, I think scars are potentially beautiful anyway.
Scars are awesome.
So, it shows what you've done.